No, 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 no. God dang it. Damn it. Ah, damn it. I did it again. It's 2 days in a row. I freaking go to send a message and I enter the freaking live button. Jesus. It's 2 days in a row I've done that. Frustrating. Anyways. Man, I missed a good gold trade this morning. I just didn't get started early enough this morning. Did anybody catch the gold trade this morning? I mean, Jesus. I'm gonna wait a little bit till people get in, because I'm freaking started the damn thing early again. I keep pushing the wrong buttons because I'm not paying attention to the computer. The gold had a beautiful run up this morning and had a nice setup and everything, crossover, retest, all that good stuff. And I didn't even have my screens on, but I did catch the NQ, caught an NQ trade for $400. Shebang. So that's good. And I got my money back. I was down when I shut the stream down yesterday. I was down like, I don't know, maybe $160 or something. Anyways, I got my money back plus $160 in the NQ yesterday on a crossover retest long. I don't remember if it was the prior day close, prior day high. I don't remember, but it just went ting, and boom, I got my money, shut it down. One tick and gold. Yeah. The trade I'm talking about in gold, let me get it over here, that I missed and just frustrated as hell. It didn't really have a lot of energy at first, but man, it worked like a charm. It was this candle right here, because you get past the open. The open's right here, and you could have had it. You could have had a crossover run up here, and then probably knocked out at even. But then we came down and did this candle for a reset. Boom, and then it right here, and it just went stale, and then wham! Man, that would have been a beauty. I mean, that would have just been a beauty. Would have been just a freaking beauty. Now, for some reason, gold is just off and running like a racehorse. I need to pay attention to news. Let's see here. We have more news at 9:45. Yeah. Shit. Damn it. But anyways, yeah, I hit it. So yesterday, NQ ended up giving me my money back and made me like $160. And today it made me $400. So NQ's been my little freaking savior the last couple of days. Of course, this freaking gold trade right here would have been it. Because here, there's your target. I don't even know what the money is on that one. 56 to 60. Oh shit, that's almost $1,000. Jesus. Good job, Trader Joe. But did you hold it to make real money, Trader Joe? That's the question. That's the question. Did you hold it to make real money, or did you just try to get your money back? I'm not going to bust your balls for just getting your money back, but because that's something I struggle with too. Is trying to get my money back. It's never good for me in my trading journey. It's never been good for me to start off with a loss, because then I find myself just trying to get my money back. And yeah, I find myself trying to get my money back. And a lot of times, you know, like in this trade right here, yeah, I would end up shortchanging myself because I get my money back versus holy shit, there's $900. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's just one of the things I struggle with in my development. I'm not as bad about it anymore. But I used to be, definitely when I was trading prop firm money, I was pretty bad at it because I just wanted to get through a trading day without a negative, you know. But anyways, let me see here. I think my total must be pretty good so far this week. I mean, it's not great. Oh, I'm in exactly $6,500. Oh shit, I'm closer to 1,000 than I think. Yeah, I'm right at $800 for the week. Half of it today, right there, $394. Half of that money today, half of that $800 today. Anyways, I mean, the market just tanked after 9 o'clock this morning. And so I ended up taking advantage of a little bit of that in the NQ. Right now, the ES is stuck. So we went through it, back down, and we closed below the prior day open. So now that the gold is stuck for me because the setup is really short, but I'm not looking for it to go short. This is kind of an interesting candle right here because we went below this candle and then back up. So I'm going to try to buy some time here to get past the first, like, say, 15 minutes of the equity markets, and then start paying attention. I mean, the earlier I jump into trades in the equity markets, I find that the more likely I am to lose money. I mean, it's just like yesterday. The best setup yesterday, I think, was like at 10:30 something. And the day before, it was at I specifically remember this, it was at 11:17, the best setups of the day that were like, you know, here it is, ping, ping, you know, big money, real targets, that kind of stuff. So here, it looks like it's going to reject. That would have been potential. I mean, I didn't take it, obviously, but you see, you had your candle here and then this one. But I mean, these candles are just too big for me. Even if that setup works, these candles are just too big for me right now. I mean, this candle right here to protect it is 65 to 69. That's $400. That's a $400 candle that I have to quote unquote protect. You know, I'm not too keen on that. Oh my God. It's probably going to roll over. All right, so let me see here. Give me a second. I'm going to do something here. Let me get this out of the way for a second. Put this over here. Put this over here. Bring this back down here. Good morning, Mike. I did the same mistake I did yesterday. I went to send a message into the chat, and instead of sending the message, I hit the start stream button. Oh, crap. The buttons are right next to each other. The start stream button and the send message button are literally right next to each other, which is also frustrating because when we're in the stream, I got to be really careful when I'm responding to you guys because the end stream button is right there also. It's like shit. Anyways, that rejection there ultimately worked. This crossover, just because this one candle right here, open and closed below that prior day open. Bing, bing. Good morning, David. That one candle. Yeah, so that rejection actually worked. But man, gold gave all the money away right here this morning. God dang it. That was beautiful. I just didn't I got a late start this morning. I got a late start this morning. But I mean the NQ saved the day for me. The NQ saved the day for me. NQ saved the day. Saved the day for me yesterday, too. NQ yesterday. NQ saved the day for me yesterday, too. Yesterday. Yesterday, I took the what line is that? Prior day high. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yesterday, I took the long off the prior day high yesterday in the NQ. Pretty sure that's the line. I'll give you the time. So anyways, well, actually, let me just drag it down here. What the hell? So here's NQ yesterday after we shut the stream down and stuff. And it got into this fight. Are we going to go short? Are we going to go long on the prior day high? And then it had this roll up and broke this pivot right here. Everybody see that? Broke this pivot right here. Slammed down to here. I was on the phone with my factory rep when I went bing, bing, and I got out literally right up here because I wanted to go back up towards this high. Bam, bam, got my money back. I was on the phone with a factory rep while I was pushing, and it all happened because, where's my, it all happened because I had my strategy on. Where the hell is my strategy there? Jesus, I don't even have it on. So I just pushed that buy button, waited for it to go through, and it did, and then bam, up it went. And I got lucky by picking my target back to this area. And the whole thing just collapsed after that. I mean, I will admit I got lucky there, but it gave me like I got my 160. I was down back and gave me like another 160. So, I mean, it was good. Looking back on it, I should have been looking for more money. And I didn't. Luckily, I should have been looking for more money, but I didn't. Luckily, that's crazy. Now that I'm looking at that chart. But why this trade? So let's just take a second here. Why this trade? Well, look at the deliberate. After breaking this pivot, look at the deliberate move down. Okay. This is what you got to focus your eyes on. Look at that deliberate move down and look at this pivot is higher than this pivot. So you broke this pivot and you had that. So key, you broke the pivot to the left. You had the deliberate move down. Your pivot up is higher than your previous pivot up. Bam, there's your trade. That's it. I mean, it's just once your eyes can see those things. The hardest part is just having the patience to wait to see the deliberateness. of the move. That's honestly the hardest part. Just a second, Steve. If I show it to you, don't yell at me. If I show it to you, Steve, are you going to yell at me? It was right here. Now everybody's going to yell at me. What are you doing, Bob? That's not in the trade strategy. Well, I know it's not. Crashed down. This candle rolled up, and I took the break of the bottom of that candle back down to here. And I got my full $100. No, it wasn't into a gold line. No, it wasn't into any of that. But the markets were screaming south. So all I needed was that candle to the left that gave everybody the false impression that we were going back up. I just needed that candle to break to the bottom, and it was over with. It was all over. I mean, you could see that. Again, it's how do you recognize the big red candles? You just got to know what's going on. So they ran this one down. There was no support line here. We're out in the middle of nowhere. No prior day close, no prior day open, none of that stuff to support the rejection. I'm looking at the ES. It's got the same situation. I mean, I'm looking at all the equities at the same time. They're all crashing. None of them have support. They're out in space just like this. So when this candle reached up, I just put a sell order for when this candle closed back to the downside. Boom, that was it. That was it. It was basically just a momentum trade. And I mean, shit, I was in and out. Shit, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, seconds are really longer than you think. You know what I mean? If you count them 1 second, 2 seconds. I was out maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds at the most. Man, the RTY just had a 1 minute gold line long, and I didn't even see it. Did anybody take that RTY 1 minute long? Hell, the YM's got a long off the prior day open too at the same time. Jesus. See, that's what happens. I start showing screens and I stop paying attention. Looks like it's going to fail. Looks like both of them are going to fail. Potentially. They both look like they're going to fail. Good morning, George. What time we got? 9:49? Yeah. It's time to start looking for a trade. Somebody said we had more news, at 10? Well, gold's got a lot of melting to do because it's up. I mean, it was up above the prior day high earlier, twice today. It's already been above the prior day high twice since it's been open. I mean, gold is ridiculous. Again, if you took an oscillator, remember I talked about oscillators yesterday, and you put a daily chart out, the oscillator would tell you that gold is extremely overbought. Extremely overbought. We have news at 10. Didn't somebody say 10? PMI was at 9:45, ISM at 10. All right. NQ has gone straight to sleep. This YM is trying to hold those lines. Well, let me look at this. Is there anything going on over here? Jesus. See, whatever I put an instrument on my main screen, that instrument ends up not doing anything. It's the curse of the screen. Well, I'm gonna drag gold back down here because maybe let me get a good look at this. So we crossed over the overnight open, and they pierced it at 7:50 in the morning, and everybody sees what happened then. It went from line to line. So now the question is, they rotated back inside the prior day open, or it's starting to look like once they rolled it inside the prior day open, they were going to go from line to line. So that's kind of what it looks like they're doing. They went from line to line this morning, brought in this line. Now they're going to go potentially from line to line since the equities have been open. Now, what we may get in gold is a 1 minute gold line setup. If we can get a nice pullback right into this gold line, potential 1 minute gold line setup back down to here. Of course, I got freaking news coming up in 7 minutes, so I'm not too excited about that, really. Jesus. I hate when we have news staggered throughout the morning. 8:15, 8:30, 9:15, 9:45, 10 o'clock. Jesus Christ, just put them all out at the same time. This is just going to run down here, looks like. So they did it again. Line to line. Dirty dogs, man. Dirty dogs. Line to line. That's why, for example, when you see when you see the point of interest that started the trade, so like in this case, it's the rejection, it's the crossover retest of the prior day open. When you see this is the point of interest of the most recent trade, that's why this is no longer valid. You don't want to take a red line that contradicts a static line trade. I can't stress that enough. So that red line, there's going to be a battle there, as you can see, but this is the intent of the trade, was from here to here. You can see it by just looking to your left. Look to your left, it tells you what's going to happen in the future in a lot of cases. Looks like it's back inside that box now. Just come on, get the news over. We're sitting on these two lines right here, which is obviously a great situation for a potential long. But I mean, we got news in a couple minutes. Very frustrating, this situation right here. My goal next year, I'm going to write several goals. I'm going to do a video about it. But my goal next year is to start committing myself to these situations. Notice when this red line worked. See this red line right here that worked? There was no rejection to the downside of any of these lines. Instead, we just blended from the high to the line, and then the line brought it back through the high. These are the patterns I want you guys to start recognizing so you understand what's going on. So we went straight from a high to the red line, and it brought it back through the high. Then they started playing the static line game. They ran it down inside, then down to this line. I was dicking around with, this is about the time I was dicking around with NQ. As a matter of fact, it is when I was dicking around with NQ. So I wasn't paying attention to this because that's when I made my money in the NQ. Then I went and made myself a fresh pot of coffee after I made my money in the NQ. Oh man, liquidity sweep. They know exactly what they're doing. These games are just insane. Let's get past this news, please. The equity markets, let's just for conversation purposes. I mean, the equity markets have gone straight to sleep. I don't know if they're waiting for the last bit of news, but this is the NQ. I mean, look at this retardedness. This is ridiculous. You can't make any money in this. Inside bar long. God dang it. Yeah, there's a good setup right there. Yeah, an inside bar, and then there's your long. Yeah. Two minutes to news. 2 minutes to news. 2 minutes to news. And then I'll start staring at these charts a little harder. Hopefully the equity markets start moving after that. This was really nice. This inside candle right here to this candle right here, and then the long. That was really nice, actually. That was a very nice setup. I mean, it gives you an easy place to have your stop, and it hopefully gives you the momentum of this consolidation candle being broken. Those are the two things that are beneficial from that. And then at the same time, you hit the 9 EMA, you should expect that to cause problems, which it's doing. It's causing problems. And then your objective would be, if you can hold on to this, is to hope that it then pushes and breaks up through that gold line, and then rotate. Then you can rotate up on top. That's what you would be hoping if you're long in that right now. Yeah, news. News is the reason I didn't even pay attention to any of this is exactly that. I don't want to be in the trade and then having to make a decision when there's news getting ready to be released. So I'm being patient and waiting. Trade target and stop. Well, out of the gate, my Foxy. So that's why, by the way, that's why we waited till the news was over. Out of the gate, I have a 40 tick target, 20 tick stop. That's how I go out of the gate on GC. But that's not necessarily how I trade it. So let's say we're looking at a long. I always trade from the bottom up. So my first objective is to manage my stop to the most reasonable spot. So like below this pivot, below this entry candle, for example, one tick below it, and then look for reasons based on pivots or something to then move it up. Then once I finally get my stop to a point that I'm comfortable to have it say at break even, then I take my target and I decide, where are we really going? So I manage my stop first, my target second. But to get lines on the chart, I have 20 and 40 for GC. All right, so news is over. Let's see if everybody can start getting on the same page. That would be nice. All these equity markets. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I'm not trying to blow the question off, but what I'm trying to say is, I want to have a line on my chart for a target, and I want to have a line on my chart for a stop, but I don't necessarily want either one of them to be what they are on a screen. I need to manage my potential loss first, then manage my potential target second, my potential profit. And what that does when you understand the differences in how the reactions should be based on the type of trades, the red line being totally different in reality than the 1 minute gold line or the static lines. What that does is it helps me keep it increases my loss rate because I'm aggressive with my stop, but it decreases the dollar amount of those losses. Like yesterday, I had 2 losses in a row in gold off of, and that's what got me in the hole yesterday was see these prior day open stuff. I had 2 losses on false breaks that didn't work off the prior day open in gold. And instead of having a $400 negative balance from those 2 losses, I was at 290 with the commissions. And then it's just made it more manageable for me to get that money back. And in both cases where I moved my stop, in both cases, that's exactly where the market collapsed totally against me anyway. So I would have lost the whole $400 on those trades if I hadn't managed my stop first, plus commissions. No NQ red line, because we didn't come from a low. This is the low. We didn't come from here to here. We came from a higher pivot than here to here. Yeah, GC just had a damn W pattern, didn't it? I'm not really paying attention. I got to quit. I got to quit. I got to quit reading the chat. I got to quit reading the chat and look at my trades. Now, there's a nice W pattern right there in GC that I just completely missed because I'm looking at the damn NQ. This W pattern right here, if any of you are in it, you need to be looking for it to go back to here. So I'd say up at that red line. That's where you need to be looking. If you could just hold it. Let it make you money. Don't look at the dollar amount. Ah, shit. What a beautiful setup in gold. Now gold's doing what it should do, what you should expect it to do. Once it broke this pivot here, it's going to come back down and seek support. Now we're inside the gold line. So the gold line, the 9 EMA should be your support to push it back through this break and then back up. And let's just walk. Yeah, there it goes. See right here, your 9 EMA buyers are coming back in, and then there you go. See how that 9 EMA became your friend? Once you rolled up, broke your pivot, and then sat on top of it, now your 9 EMA becomes your friend instead of your enemy. When you're coming in from the bottom of it, it's your enemy. There it goes. God dang. Fuck. Shit. $42.50. That's $1,300 trade right there. Jim, are you in here? Because I guarantee you took that. So right now the YM is stuck at the prior day high, which is holding the RTY back a little bit. The NQ is, I'm trying to figure out who's leading who. Neither one of them is doing it. The ES and the NQ are once again are moving in tandem, candle for candle, color for color. But the ES is stuck. It's stuck below the overnight open, which is not a good situation for it to be in if this NQ is going to roll up. Not anymore, but here's the problem with David. Here's the problem with that, and just so you'll know. See the YM and see the RTY? This is beating its head, and I don't know that this one's going to run until this one finally gets out of the way of that. Because again, they have a tendency to move together, kind of like the ES and the NQ lately have been moving together. I will admit today, the RTY seems to be a little bit more free from the YM than normal. It's not necessarily mirroring it as much, but the NQ and the ES are literally mirroring each other. Yeah, the YM is trying because it's gone 1, 2. It's about ready to try its third attempt through the prior day high. But, there's a lot of sellers pushing it back down. So, like if you're in this trade, you want your stop below this pivot right here. Because see, you rotated down, then back up. So this is your pivot. This is your most recent pivot. This right here.
Ryan Anderson.
So you're going to want to follow that. Whoa. Looks like gold is possibly giving it up. Still hasn't broke this pivot right here. If it does, if it breaks this pivot right here, it's just going to crash. Let me put that little line on this chart. Let's put this line on this chart right here. That's your point of defense right there. That's your last line of defense right there on that W pattern. That's getting a little ugly. The fact that it stopped here and rotated down is not really a surprise either, because there's your 5-minute gold line. Damn, that YM won that battle. The shorts on the YM are winning that battle. That's, if you'll notice, RTY failed. You see that, David? So the shorts on that prior day high in the YM won the battle, and RTY is suffering from it. Freaking gold. It's got to just break this top right here, and it's gone. Yep, there we go. So now this was your line in the sand here on this leg. Now that this is going up, your new line of the sand is right here. Okay, you didn't gain much. I understand that, but they don't like to make it easy on you to make your money. And what you'll notice is the last part of this run, when it breaks through here, the last part of this run, that's when the candles will get big and they'll reach, and just bam, it'll be over with. They don't like to make it easy. But I mean, you are asking gold to give you $1,300 for sitting here for probably about 20 minutes. So, I mean, you know, what do you want? There it goes. You piece of shit. You literal piece of shit. Now what it has to do is break this pivot right here. Okay, it just did. It just broke this one right here by a tick. So that's a good sign. That is a good sign. Come on. Oh, come on. All right, you're going to test the 9 again. I'm pretty sure. Let me blow this up. God dang it. Let me blow this up. God dang it. Pretty sure it broke it by a tick. Yeah, it did. Okay, so we cleared this candle right here. We cleared it by a tick. So this should rotate up. This rotated back down to your 9. This should rotate up. When this rotates up above that, your new line of defense will be right here. Okay, but you haven't gotten that line of defense yet. So you're still here. Come on. Go. Come on, go. There you go. All right, now, come on. Come on. Come on, gold. All right, there you go. Now there's your new line of defense. All right. So remember, still, you're looking to get at least back to this red line. Come on. And this last leg should go quicker. This last leg, there it is. This last leg. Always the end of the trade goes quicker than the beginning. I mean, I shouldn't say always, but in a lot, because you had this first push here, then this battle, and now the second push. Here you go. Here you go. So your target should be right here, right up in here, right up in this area. Come on. Are you JP? Are you using a prop firm? Because my guess is your data is probably not as good as mine. God dang it. That last leg should have busted by now. That last leg should have busted a little faster than that. Come on. There we go. All right. There we go. You're making me a liar. You're making me a liar. Now you're not making me a liar. So is it, yeah, Apex? Yeah. Your data is probably not as good. There it is. Boom. There's your money. That's $1,300 right there. That W pattern, rotate, and just go back and listen to how I talked you through it on what happened. That's $1,300 right there. I know I fucking missed it. Excuse me. I was staring at, somebody asking me about a dumb red line in freaking NQ that actually wasn't a valid trade. Damn it. $1,300 right there. Bing, bing. That's it. That's the trade. And that's a W pattern right there. Now, I got to admit, the leg up looks like a broken leg. But the whole time, the integrity of the trade stayed. You sat on top of that gold line, the 1 minute gold line, 3 times. But each time it sat on that gold line, it did it from a higher pivot high to the left. And that was the confirmation that it's still working. I'll be right back. And look what happened when we reached our target. And look what happened when we reached our target that I told you about here. It stopped. It's over. All over. That was the trade. God dang it. So anyways, to go back to somebody's question, my Fox trading. That's why I managed the trade from the bottom up, then the target. Is that exact scenario. Now, my objective next year, mine, because I'm trading live money, not prop firm money, is to be more aggressive in getting these situations and getting these situations. Because they lay out right in front of you, literally. No, I shouldn't say literally every day, but every day that the market's moving, these exact scenarios happen. That and that. This trade right here, back down here, I was clear as nose in your face. I mean, that one is $2,500. This one from here to here is $1,300. It's $3,800 with one contract. Both those rotations. $3,800, one contract. Exactly. That's why I use the term rinse, wash, repeat. Look to your left, see what's happening, and then react based off of what you've seen before. And it's just rinse, wash, repeat. It's, have you seen this movie before? That freaking W pattern right there is just a standard setup. And then earlier this week, I think it was Monday at 11:17, we had boom. Very similar setup to this in ES, and it went for 15 points to the target. 15 points in the ES to the target. Very similar setup. It was at 11:17, I believe, on Monday. And then yesterday we had something similar also. I can't remember what inch. Oh, it was the NQ yesterday. Yesterday it was the NQ. Did very similar setup to that. Yeah, well, my Foxy trader, my Fox trading, I mean, my emotions are the things that I still struggle with, which is why I want to, I've built up a bankroll this year. I mean, I've drawn out quite a bit of money, whatever. I've built up a bankroll this year. I made some money last year too, bought myself a present last year at Christmas time. I haven't bought myself a present this year. I'm thinking about it, but and so what I need to do in my evolution is to take this knowledge that I have of what is going on right here and capitalize on it better. I mean, I literally walked you through candle by candle as if I was doing market replay. But I wasn't doing market replay because you're all looking at your own charts and see it. This one here, I saw that it was doing this, but this trade here is I had a lot more confidence in it than this one. This one, we still had news events going on the whole time, and it didn't seem to impact gold at all. Gold just was like, no, we're going, Bob, we don't care about the news. We don't care about the news. We're going from here to here. All right. You either jump on the train or you don't. Well, I don't want to get in the middle, but I will tell you an interesting thing where you say get in the middle. So, the other thing is too, these rotations that bring you back to this gold line and where the break is, that also affords you opportunities to add contracts into the trade. And you're using the profit you've already got to keep you so that your stop loss isn't, so now you got two contracts or whatever. Now you're not, if for some reason it breaks down, you're not losing $400. You may, lose $100, or you may even still make money depending on where the pivot is from when it breaks down. No problem, David. 550. Excellent, man. Excellent. Okay. Excellent, David. All right. So right now we finally, so we finally have the YM and the RTY agreeing with each other. I hope. Well, no. So the YM is north. It finally broke through its prior day high. Okay. And the RTY has been struggling to go long. And my contention is it hasn't done it because of the RTY. I mean, because of the YM being stuck. But that's exactly what's going on with the NQ and the ES. Damn freaking ES. Look at this again. So the ES has won 2 times into the overnight open that it has run up and hit it. Well, actually, it went through it once. Now it's 1-2 times that it didn't go through it. And the NQ is suffering because of it. Because the NQ is just trying to go up, goes back down. So let's see if we can get this. Come on, YM. Let's do a crossover retest. Have we had a retest at all? So let's go over to these events here. No, we have not. Okay, that's good news. So what we need is the YM to roll over now. We need the YM to roll over. It would be nice if it did it because we might have, a 1-minute gold line and a prior day high set up at the same time. That would be nice. That thin gold line is the 5-minute 9 EMA. So it's a 45 EMA. So it's for 5-minute traders. You notice the power of the 9 EMA. Well, there is a version, again, as you can see, here's a rotation right off of it here. Of the 5-minute version, it's just a 45 EMA. I have it lightly colored so I recognize it, see it, but I'm not advocating many trades off of it until you learn the main ones, this one, and then the static lines. Because this one's a little harder to it's just a little hard. You've got to have a bankroll to trade the red line, to trade the 5-minute candles. In my opinion, you got to have a little bit of a bankroll to do that. And so I don't advocate doing it. But you can see we had a direct pullback right to that gold line right here in the YM, and then it rejected and went up. You took it, Ryan? Awesome. All right. Oh, here we go. All right. We may be getting what I was talking about right here. Come on. We want deliberate movement back down to here. Deliberate movement back down to here. We want consolidation here, and then we want to reject it long. That's what we're looking for in the YM. Come on. You need to come down some more, honey. You need to come down some more. Don't just run off on us. So to put it on your chart, George, it's just an EMA set to 45 periods on the 1-minute chart, because that takes 5 times 9 is 45. It's a 9 EMA. Come on. Come on. Come on, YM. Come on. Shh. Come on down here. Clean out some stops. Ah. Now the YM may end up doing what everyone here that comes in here and watches, it may do what we've seen multiple times already this week. Rinse, wash, repeat. And that is, it may hang out up here north of this prior day high for a while before it comes down and crashes onto that prior day high and gets rejected. I mean, we've seen it in multiple instruments this week alone do exactly that. It doesn't necessarily go through it and come right back to it. We wanted it to do that, but it didn't. But because it blew through there, there's a high likelihood it's going to come here at some time and then reject. God dang it. Oh my God. There it goes. Yeah, just ran away. Of course, so did everybody else. Kind of looks like some news happened. Doesn't it kind of, if you look at all your charts, man, it kind of looks like some news happened because all these things just blew up all of a sudden. And remember, folks, all it takes is just one. What's proof of that? Right there. Just takes one. Just takes one trade. And by the way, it looks like they're going to go from line to line again. Look at that. From line to line. Dirty, dirty, dirty dogs in gold. Dirty, 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 dirty dogs in gold. Absolutely dirty dogs. Let me shrink this for a second. I'm still waiting for the YM to roll over. Still waiting for the YM to roll over. Okay. Somebody's spewing some fairy tales. We always love that. I always love when they come on and tell you how great of a job they're doing. Yes, Thomas. Yes, Thomas. Very good. I like that. Yeah. 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 It would have been nice if I'd have missed that freaking gold, if I hadn't missed that gold trade. It would have been nice if I hadn't missed that gold trade. It would have been nice. That's okay. What's more important, again, I'm going to say it, is that you can recognize it. Not only recognize it, but recognize what it's going to do. That's more important. Funny part is I even told you right in here, once it gets through this, it's going to accelerate. Well, there you go. That was the, besides the entry, that was the biggest move. Was the last two legs to the target. I mean, it's like if you watch these things enough, you just know what's going on. All right, come on, YM. YM. I'll swing this over if YM does what I've been asking it to do. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. I think probably I mean, I don't know. I mean, the hardest thing for a lot of people is just one of the things for me was just willingness to take a loss, and I really don't have any problem taking a loss anymore, and being willing to take a loss has really made it so much easier for me to make money, because I'm not digging myself out of huge holes. And that's what I want a lot of people to hopefully recognize, is it's two sides to the coin. One is to get in the right trade. The other is to and again, this last part I'm struggling with the most too, and that is to get the most money out of it. Because this $1,300 win, for example, if your losses are $150 in gold, how many losses do you have to make to lose that $1,300? That's how the ladder of your P&L will grow. That's how the profit will end up in your pocket, is that your wins are bigger than your losses. And it's not about just taking a win. I said earlier, somebody asked me about my stops. I said, well, the way I manage my stops, trust me, my win rate goes down because I squeeze my stop a little too fast and stuff like that at times. Sometimes a little more than I need to. But I mean, again, my objective is this. I want the big green candle. If we're going to have a battle here, I don't want to be around. You know what I mean? So I'd rather just take the loss and as small as I can, and then move on. If I get the big green candles, then start managing myself to my target. Yep, below the 9 EMA. Yeah, the YM is starting to do it now. The YM is starting to do it now. The setup is coming, potentially. And this is a rinse, wash, repeat setup. This has happened all week long already. In NQ yesterday, that's how this setup here is how I made my money. I think the ES was the one that had it may not have been this one, it may have been this one, but it had 14, 15 points off of it. Just right, ping, ping, there it is. So we need this thing to come down. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm going to refresh my coffee. Now, where are we here? Oh, there it is. Let me shrink this, get it out of the way. Where's gold? I'm going to get gold out of the way here so I can at least see it. Come on, YM. Come on. Come on down. Come on down. Come on down. Come on, YM. What the hell? Come on. Well, now we got another problem. Damn it. The RTY is now at the prior day high. Of course, it's slow walked its way there, which means it shouldn't reject by much. Come on. All right, let's do it. Come on. Let's do it. We're inside the 9 EMA. So let's slam down. If you'll notice, we went inside the 9 EMA. So now the 9 is helping us get to here. I would have preferred that it actually ran there instead of walking. I mean, right now it's walking. It's not doing good. Shit.
7.
Sorry. Come on. God dang it. Well, one thing, might as well have a learning experience while we're sitting here. I talk about, are these lines going to hold, say, to the downside, right? Like the prior day's high. Well, see, when I use the term slow walk, that's what this is. Slow walk is this. We just kept slowly creating new highs till we got to this line. Well, that line does not have the impact that you would think if you walk your way to the line. You want to run your way to the line. That's what I mean by slow walk. Yeah, Trader Joe. That's why I'm pissed at myself about that gold trade. Two gold trades today that first one I didn't miss it. I didn't have my charts up. I wasn't ready for trading as early as I normally am. So I missed a gold trade, beautiful gold trade after the market opened. And then of course I missed the other one, which was the W pattern. Real frustrating. The NQ saved my skin today. But I wouldn't want to be in an NQ trade right now. I mean, damn. It's just sitting there. So let's look at this YM for a second here. You know, I was talking about how we want it to cross over and retest the prior day high. What we're going to want is blah, blah, blah. If earlier in the video, I talked about the NQ1 I took yesterday. That's what we're going to want to see. So what we're going to want to see, now that we're just meandering here, we're going to want to see this thing, and it's going to look like, I mean, it's total manipulation. It's going to look like magic. But what you're going to want to see is a rotation to this line, but it's going to be a sequence of like 3 or 4 red candles in a row. Bing, 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 bing. If that makes sense. And then it rotates and then it goes. That's what we're going to want to see, is a sequence of like 4 or 5 red candles in a row back to here and then rotate up. If we just meander our way down here, there's nothing to trade. Right now, we're just meandering. Yeah, summer trading or freaking holiday trading can get really. So let's talk about the RTY while we're at it. So I'm going to do this. Hold on here. Let me do this. So we may end up getting the setup in the RTY instead of the YM. So we would like to see deliberate move back to the prior day high and then a rejection. You'd be surprised how much the market likes to keep price either above the prior day high or below the prior day high. You'd be surprised how much that line really has an impact. But what you need is you need deliberate move to it. Okay, we may be getting it on both of these at the same time. Come on. Come on. Okay. Okay, come on. It may end up having to be the RTY. Man, gold just crashed. It just cleaned out a whole bunch of stops on the long side. Holy shit. Yeah, gold just broke it. Gold just broke a pivot and rotated big time. Wow. All right, come on. Oh, come on. Don't get stuck on the 9 EMA. It's too late in the day. It's too late in the day for me to be taking a 1 minute gold line trade. Come on. Come on. All right. We're back on schedule here. We're getting back on schedule. We're getting back on schedule. Come on. Adios, gold. I know gold broke all those. There was all those long traders trying to push it up off the 9, and when it broke, man, it just fell off a cliff. You could see all those stop losses getting hit. Ting, 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 ting. Big red candle. Come on. This is frustrating. No, I do not want a 1 minute gold line trade. No, Jesus. All right, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Come on. All right, let's go. Come on, guys. Come on. Ah, come on. I'm telling you, they want to clean out that zone. Support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support. So they want to test it. We just got to, I just don't know when they're going to do it. We're hoping they do it here soon. The ES has the same scenario, by the way, because, and it's the one with the ES is even clearer. So look at, this is exactly what happened Monday. Okay. So look at, boom, down, boom, down, boom, down. So we crossed over and we came to the top, and then wham, it was gone for 15 points. So because it had validated that this was resistance. So they got back over it. They sat on top. And if you guys remember, that was Monday. And then wham, off it went for 17 points or 15 points, straight to its pivot high, which was 15 points away. So I am currently looking at all three of these scenarios, because all three of them are trying to do the same thing. They have taken resistance and they're trying to test it for support. The RTY looks like it might be the one that gets there. Now, these candles need to get a little bit more realistic. That candle is ridiculous. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, hold on now. So this, all right, so hold on. Damn it. Well, shit, man, I got too many of these things going on. The ES one is actually looking more promising right now, because see, this one's completely broken the integrity of the line. But this one still has the line in its sights. So let me, shit, come on. God dang it. Come on, ES. ES, yes, yes, you come down here. You come down here. Broke its pivot to the left. Come down here. Look at that gold trade. Oh my God. Anybody see that red line short in gold? Shit. No, I mean, I obviously didn't see it. I'm sitting here staring at these freaking equity markets that won't do shit. I'm not taking this, just so you'll know. All right, first of all, and this one closed below that line, so we are not worried about this one anymore. Does anybody see that? So we're not worried about this one anymore. So let me get this one out of the way. Come on, ES. You're in what? Well, hopefully it rolls up for you if you're in that RTY. That candle on my chart, it closed below that line, that high. Or are you in the? Or you may be in gold. Sorry, Thomas, you may be in the gold trade. Okay, if you're in that gold trade, good job, Thomas. Proud of you. Go get it. Get that money. Look at that. Shit. I'm driving over to your house. You're taking me to dinner tonight. You're taking me to dinner tonight. Yeah. That's a nice trade. That was a nice trade, man. That was a beautiful trade. That was a beautiful trade. That damn thing, is that going to run to the open? That just might. These equities are pissing me off right now. So just quickly, so everybody understands. This candle right here closed below this line. Okay. So that means the long is no longer valid. If anything, a short is. No problem, Thomas. No problem. That was a beautiful setup, man. I wish I had paid. Oh my God, I wish I had seen it. I didn't see it because I was staring at these equities, but let's talk about this for a second. The trade that Thomas took. So, we're way past the time frame that we need to worry about, the 5-minute red line being valid or not. So you broke this pivot on the push down. Not that really matters, but it's second 2 pivots in a row. Rolled back up right to the red line, had a nice consolidation candle. Boom, there you go. There's your trade. Beautiful, 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 beautiful short. Absolutely beautiful. Yes, you are correct, George. And that's part of my guess is that's also part of our problem right now. What you just said, George, that's probably part of our problem. And this freaking ES, man, really just frustrated me because I really thought it was going to do what it did earlier this week. This was the setup it did. Boom, boom, boom. Crossed. It bounced off the bottom of it. If you guys remember, go back to Monday. We came bam, 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 bam into those lines and then rolled back over and then whoop, whoop, gone. And it just doesn't have enough energy to sell it down right now. Just freaking pisses me off. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not going to do it. It's just right now it's dragging its feet about doing it. We do have our highs are lower and our lows are lower. So we are going in the right direction to get here. I'll be right back. Now I'm going to go to the bathroom. Too much coffee. Jesus. My hands smell like Christmas trees. Apparently, we've swapped out our liquid soap to some pine scented thing. Because now my hands smell like Christmas trees. Oh, man. All right. Well, now the ES broke this pivot right here. This down pivot. Which means that downward trend we were hoping for to here is now over. And it's broken the second one too. Damn it. Farfignugan, man. I really wanted that same setup again. I think the last time it happened, Monday, I think it was, this exact setup was at 11:17. Now, is everybody on this channel gonna laugh like me if this damn thing actually comes back down here and the setup is at 11:17 again? Is everybody gonna laugh? Because I know sure as shit I am. I think it was 11:17. Somehow that's ringing a bell with me. And we could literally do that. If you want to know if this stuff's manipulated or not, we'll see if 11:17 is when it happens. It's got about 10 minutes to get there. Wouldn't that be wild? I'm pretty sure it was 11:17. I just remember it being real late real late. Oh my God. I'm gonna just freaking have a heart attack if this thing comes down there and pivots off those lines at 11:17. Okay. That's not a W in the GC. I don't have a leg. If you're talking about a W to the long side, there's no leg. Come on, this man. I'm gonna flip out in 9 minutes if this thing if this thing's bouncing off those two lines. I am literally gonna flip out. Come on. Come on, ES. Come down. Come on, damn it. We're all sitting here waiting. Oh my, it's picking up pace. ES is picking up pace. This would be classic because they trapped the longs right here. When they stuck that, they trapped the longs. And they have not cleared this line out yet. See how they busted through those tops? They trapped the longs, and now they're squeezing them. Yesterday was the NQ. I mean, not the NQ. Yeah, the NQ. Yesterday was the NQ. Monday, I'm pretty sure it was Monday that it was the ES. And here it goes. This son of a bitch. It's 11:10. I'm going to go back and check the time on this. Jesus, look at that. Holy Jesus. Look at that. What they did is they trapped the longs right here. You see that? They busted through both those pivots and trapped the longs. Squeezed the crap out of them. But I mean, these candles are so damn big. Come on. Let's do a consolidation candle down here. Come on. Yesterday was the NQ, and I took the NQ one. And it did exactly this. Ching, straight. When it did that exact deliberate shot down in the NQ, and I believe it was off the prior, I think it was off the prior day high. I can't remember. And I took that one at 1 o'clock or so, and I hit it for money. I was on the phone ordering a house or speccing a house when the damn thing happened. When I saw a sequence of this, just like this. Well, I mean, yeah, RTY is potential. There's no doubt. Are we going to hit the red line? Have we hit the red line yet? Well, yeah, we did right here. Damn, what's going on? These are some pretty big candles for the ES. These are some pretty big candles for the ES. Come on, man. Are you going to run? Oh, Jesus, there it goes. Come back down. Come back down. Come back down. Come back down. All right. This candle's way too big for me. I want something to consolidate right in here. Just consolidate. Just sit there. It's pretty bad when the ES candles are larger than the NQ candles that I took the trade off of yesterday. That's pretty bad. Not quite sure. Come back down. Come back down. Give me a W pattern. I'd be in for that. I'm hoping for a W pattern here with a little bit more consolidation. We come back, sit back on here, and then take it, and then take the candle that breaks to the long side. Come on down. Oh shit. All right. Man, these candles are getting spastic. This is spastic candles for the ES, I'm telling you. Sit. Sit. Come back down. Come back down. Come on. Keep coming down. Keep coming down. Keep coming down. Keep coming down. Come down. Come down about 4 more ticks. Don't go up yet. Come down. You freaking dog. That's it. It's gone. Go. Come on, go. Go. Oh, God, it knocked me out. Yeah, of course it did. Look at that. Oh, there it is. It was doing that W pattern. When it finally had that candle roll back down, that was the break right there. There it goes. Fucking shit. There it goes. Those candles are huge for the ES. Did everybody see the rollover? So here's your leg. You're down. It came up. Now, granted, it can V shape too, straight back to here. When it rolled back over, this candle here, having a higher pivot than this one, created this huge candle. That huge candle. And this is another W right here that should go from here to here. Here. Now your pivot's broken right here. See that? Your top. And therefore, your next leg should bring you back to there. God dang it. So anyway, so you have this pivot. and this pivot on the downside, on the bottom. This one's higher than this one. That candle formed the other half of the bottom of the W, and then here's your leg. So the entry was there, which I got, but I got ticked out by one freaking tick. One freaking tick. I got ticked out by one tick. That's my own fault. But that's the pattern. That's the setup. That's the exact same trade. God dang it. What time is it? 11:19. I'm telling you, it was 11:17 on Monday. And the trade on Monday was for 15 points. This one here is here to here is about 10 points. That should be a 10-pointer, which is about $500. Well, it is $500 in the ES. God dang it. And by the way, the ES is just a cleaner instrument to do this trade with than say the RTY. That's why I focused on it. But I mean, you can see it created the space when it ran up. It created the space, came to, sat on top of the prior day open or the overnight open, and then there's the break of your candle. Yeah, 11:17. I was talking. Was I not chirping that number earlier? The 11:17. Fuck. Excuse me. I just swore. It was the 11:17 was the entry candle. I called that thing away the fuck over here. That's scary. That is scary. That is scary. And the damn thing, target-wise, should be right up in here. What? Yeah, me too, Thomas. The key is to just, the key is to be green and then become better. Just basically what you said. That's the key. The key is to be green and then get better. When you go back and look at the things that we talked about today, the trades that we talked about today, and just see the potential and just how, even though this is, holiday trading, we're getting close to holiday trading. I mean, it's just, that gold trade that happened earlier for $1,300, though, it was just, there it was. It just did the things that we should anticipate it to do. Now the ES is inside the gold line, so hopefully it walks it back up. See how it got inside the 9 EMA? Now the 9 EMA should start helping it walk its way back up. Anyways, well, 11:17, that's freaking scary. That is just literally scary. That's the candle, the 11:17 candle. I was chirping that way the hell over here. That's freaking ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is literally ridiculous. That is literally ridiculous. Anyways, I got $400. My balance is $65.07 from my start of the week at $5,700. So, I'm up a little over $800. And yeah. God dang it. Those were some, for those of you that don't trade the ES, okay, those were some very violent big candles for the ES. This candle right here at 45.75 to 50 and a quarter, that's a violent candle in the ES. Just truly violent. Anyways, if you guys do me one small favor, just like the video, if you would do that for me as we exit for the day, that'd be nice. And Well, you just see the shit enough. AO trades, it's like, rinse, wash, repeat, man. I mean, years and years of me staring at charts have made me recognize, where are the big green candles going to be? Where are the big red candles? Are there big green candles I miss? Absolutely. Are there big red candles I miss? Absolutely. But I mean, it's all about finding the big green candle and finding the big red candle, knowing what the manipulation is to create that candle, and then just capitalizing on it. Yeah, I 2026 is going to be a good year for me. I'm pretty sure. I'm positive. I mean, I'm positive for my trading journey, because I'm going to get better at doing the things that are the bigger trades. I'm still focused on smaller things, just to keep building my confidence. So it's inhibiting me to be a better trader right now. But you know what? In trading, I'm going to tell you something. This is 100% my belief. It's better to err on the side of conservatism than it is to err on the side of aggressive. I'm going to just tell you that right now. That's my opinion. And I try to stay conservative. And as I build more and more confidence in myself and in my ability to recognize that the damn thing's going to have a big green candle at 11:17, the better I'll get at making money in the future. But as long as I'm making money now, that's good. That's a good start. So anyways, everybody have a good day. Man, there was some nice setups today, as long as you sat and waited for them. So everybody have a good day. I will talk to you later. Bye.